Money movements, money movements.
Life's a bitch until you die. That's why we get high, 'cause you never know when they're gonna go. Life's a bitch until you die. That's why we get high, 'cause you never know when they're gonna go.
Yeah, life's a bitch, then we die, that's why we get high. Trying to escape the pain, but it never says goodbye. Systematic oppression, it's a poison in the sky. They dangle hope like a carrot, but the sticks in our eye. They sell us dreams, but if it's really a shame. Fake promises of freedom, but it's all just a thing. Born in the ghetto, you're guilty by shame. Cops patrol the corners, but the real crime's unseen. Yeah, they peddle the powder, but they don't share the power, leaving us to devour each other like a savage shower. The rich get richer, poor get poor, but we all just in the same storm, just different floors. Life's a bitch, then we die, that's why we get high. Trying to numb the feeling, but it's still hard to deny. The good die young, but the wicked get wise. In the dark of the night, we're trying to find the light in the lies. But every step forward, it feels like 2 steps back. In a world that's designed to keep us whack. Life's a bitch, then we die, that's why we get high. But the real question is why we never ask why. Why settle for less, why never get fly. Why we let the chains bind us, why we never say goodbye. Life's a bitch, then we die, that's why we get high. Trying to escape the pain, but it's still hard to deny. The weight of the world is crushing the sky, but we keep our heads up though we know we're gonna die.
Life's a bitch until you die. That's why we get high, 'cause you never know when they're gonna go. That's why we get high, 'cause you never know when they're gonna go.
They say so struggle's real, but they don't feel our plight. They're busy living lavish while we're fighting for right. Every corner's a trap, every alley's a snare, but we're still trying to make it despite the despair. Mum's on the front line, but she's barely getting by. Dad's in the system, but he ain't coming to cry. The kids on the block, they're facing the heat, just trying to find a way out before they hit the street. Life's a bitch, then we die, that's why we get high. But the real question is there a reason why? Why we suffer, why we struggle, why we cry? Is it all in vain or is there a higher sky? Life's a bitch, then we die, that's the truth they sell. But maybe we're stronger than the hell we're forced to swell. So we rise up, we fight, we claw, we climb. But in the end we all just trying to find our prime. Life's a bitch, then we die, but we don't stop. 'Cause in the dark there's a spark and that's all we got. So we get high, we survive, we try. But in the end we all just wonder why. Yeah.